What's up, worship warriors? Today we're going to be going over God told us to avoid this person. So, who is this person? Right? Have you ever felt drawn to somebody or something and had that feeling inside that maybe I should avoid this person or this situation? A lot of times that's God reaching out to us, telling us, hey, maybe you should step back. Don't politic with this person. I don't want you around it. This is probably bad business. This is probably not the situation right for you. Doesn't mean that it's completely bad, but it's not meant for you to be there. You know what I mean? So, us as Christians, we're always asking God for guidance, right? So, them feelings that we get and it feels unsettling and doesn't quite feel right, you should pay attention to that. A lot of times that's God speaking to you. You're having them feelings for a reason. You ask for guidance. You should be in tune with yourself there and trust your gut. You know what I mean? That's like God reaching out to you or whatever. But sometimes we also think, am I judging somebody too soon? Or am I judging the situation wrong? Can be. It can be that, but that could also be the enemy. The enemy works with lies. So I put something together here to where you have a little bit of a punch list to go through, and I'm not going to take too much of your time, so we're going to go right in. The first one: individuals who promote false teachings or ideologies that contradict biblical principles. All right. These are the people that are going to, when you're talking about your God, or they already know that you're Christian, they're like, oh, well, if God is so good, then why does he allow this or allow that? False teachings, right? Or this God doesn't do this, or telling you about other gods and other ideologies. We want to avoid that. That is complete nonsense. As Christians, we are told not to listen to none of that. There's only one God, and we all know that. So we want to stay away from them people. Moving on to the next one is manipulative individuals who use deceit and manipulation to lead others astray from their faith. These people come in all shapes and forms. I mean, all of these people come in all types of different races, shapes, forms, all of that stuff. But manipulative, at least for myself, a lot of times were the closest people to me. Because to me, like, you have to be in my circle to even have a chance to manipulate me. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't associate with somebody just off the street that you probably just met or just running across at a coffee shop or something like that, and this person manipulates you. They don't have that much of a conversation or much of your time in order to do that. Manipulation sometimes takes a little bit of time and a little bit of finesse in order for them to handle that. So you have to be, this is most likely somebody in your circle. All right? Keep that in mind. Moving on to the next one is people who engage in immoral or sinful behavior that go against the teachings of Christianity. That one speaks for itself. All right. People who ain't doing right, we shouldn't be around. I've been around a lot of people who didn't do right. As a matter of fact, I'll be lying to you if I didn't tell you that I did everything right. I didn't. I came from, I was in the streets a lot and stuff like that. So I was one of them guys. But thank God I was saved, and now I'm going down the right path and all of that. But we should, now that we are saved, we can recognize, we know what sin is. We know what we're not supposed to do. So we could recognize when that's coming, or the people, and we could avoid them situations. Doesn't mean you have to be, hey, I don't want to do nothing with you. You don't have to be and not polite to these people. You don't have to be mean or none of that. But you don't want to let them in your circle too much or whatever, or at all, because then you're leaving that door open in order for the enemy to go ahead and start working his hand with you. We don't want that. All right. And then those who actively discourage others from pursuing a relationship with God and living a righteous life. Now, this is the person that whenever you're planning on going to church, this happened to me before I was saved. When I'm talking about going to church and stuff like that, when I started that journey, I try to find somebody to go with me. Like I needed somebody to go to church. You don't need nobody to go to church. You can go to church by yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm like, hey, I'm planning on going to church. You want to go with me? We should go. That was me myself. So the people or the person I was talking to in order to try to join me so I could have a partner to go to church with, like I needed somebody to accompany me with. But that was me in my own head. Was like, well, I'm sure that person was like, as long as I don't go to church, he's not going to church. Because he's asking me to go, he ain't going to go without me. You see what I'm saying? But when I decided, I'm like, I'm going to make this move on my own. Then it started becoming, oh man, what you scared, man? It ain't that deep. You know what I mean? Yeah, what you looking for? Like all these type of different scenarios was being pushed at me, like in order to make me feel like I was less of a man because I was going to church. If anything, that makes you more of a man. It makes you more human. It makes you more spiritual. It makes you stronger. I've never felt this good in my life. I would love for everybody to feel what I'm feeling right now, because the moment I was saved, it felt like a jolt of electricity through my body. I got goosebumps. I get goosebumps now just thinking about it. God is an amazing, amazing when you get that relationship with God, you know it. Now, everybody who goes to church isn't saved, and we know that, right? Because people could go to church to make them feel good, but you really have to get in that word. You really have to want that. You really have to open up from inside and say, God, save me. I can't do it without you. You know what I mean? So the people who don't align with that are the people he's warning us to stay away from. So that's my devotional for today. I hope you guys stay active, stay blessed. I have workout routines in this channel. I hope you guys watch and check out one of the videos. Peace.